This is to give you directions from our office, indicated by the green star, which is located on Newberry Road, also known as State Road 26 and University Avenue, down to the Creditors meeting at the Federal Building, indicated by the red star. It's a distance of about 4 miles. Starting at our office, you'll head east on Newberry Road towards downtown Gainesville. You'll cross over 34th Street, then 13th Street, also known as 441. And the numbers of the streets will keep dropping until they reach 0th Street, which is called Main Street. Now I'm going to rotate the map as if it were a GPS in your car, showing the direction you're driving, and we see ourselves approaching Main Street in downtown Gainesville. This is what you would see at that intersection if you were in that white car. As you can see from the signs, you are at University and Main Street. If you'll look down the road, you'll see that there is a building with a turret. That is our target. You do not want to go past that building. So continue straight down University Avenue. The next intersection is University and East 1st Street. You're going to want to go straight through this intersection. On the right-hand side, you'll see the State Courthouse building. Sometimes we lose clients that go there accidentally thinking that's the Creditors meeting. But that's the State Courthouse building. We're going to the Federal building. So you want to go straight past there, all the way down to that next stoplight. At Southeast 3rd Street, you're going to turn right, just after the State Courthouse building and before the yellow library building. That intersection looks like this. There's the turret on the yellow library. Turn right here. When you do, it's going to look like this. Go 1 block to that stop sign. There's that stop sign on the right. Now it's time to think about parking. You have basically 3 choices. Over on the right, you'll see a parking garage. It's kind of expensive. Over on the left, you'll see some street-level metered parking. It's much cheaper, and 2 quarters will probably give you all the time you need. An even better choice is some free 2-hour parking directly in front of the Federal building, but oftentimes it fills up, so you can't count on it. On the map, the parking situation looks like this. There's the garage, there's the on-street metered parking, and there's the free parking in front of the building. To enter the parking garage, you have to go all the way to the end of the block, turn right, and come into the parking garage from the back. To get to the metered parking, you go straight about half a block and then turn left into the lot. My recommendation is that you turn left here and go down to see if you can find some of the free parking. If you can't, continue and circle around the block, come back to the on-street metered parking area, and come into that lot. It's hardly ever full. So if you turn left at that stop sign, here's what you'll see. There's the yellow library on the left. On the right, you'll see the first of the free parking. Behind the trees, you can start to see the Federal building, which comes into full view as you move down the block. This photo was taken on a Sunday, which explains why there's no cars in front of the building. Your target is that set of yellow steps down there. Just go up the steps, and that is the door you're going in. Now they wouldn't let us take photographs inside the building, so here's the floor plan of what it looks like when you get inside. As you come in, on the right you'll notice 2 elevators. You need to get on one of those elevators to get upstairs, but you can't just walk over and get on. And the reason is that there are federal judges upstairs, and so there are 5 armed U.S. Marshals guarding those elevators. You can't just walk over and get on. You have to go through an airport-type search, so leave everything metal in the car. Don't try to bring in a cell phone. So you'll hook around this area and come into the screening area. You'll put your keys and other things on the table there, go through the metal detector, go over, pick up your keys, and get on the elevator. Take the elevator to the 2nd floor. When you get off the elevator, you'll see an open doorway. Above the doorway it says Jury Assembly Room. Just walk right on in. There's no check-in procedure. This is where they normally assemble the juries for the judges upstairs, but once a month they lend us the room to use for creditors meetings. When you come in, you'll see a whole sea of chairs. All the chairs, oddly enough, are pointed this way, because there's a television there that they like to show the jurors. But for our purposes, the real action takes place at this table, which you can't see until you get further into the room. The trustee normally sits here. My clients sit here and here. I usually sit here, and if any creditor shows up, they normally sit down there. When I'm waiting for my cases to be heard, I usually sit here, so that's probably where you'll find me when you walk in. These hearings are public hearings, and so you're free to listen to the cases ahead of you. I like my clients to listen to the cases ahead of them because it gives them a sense of how it's going to go and what questions they're going to be asked. So, the best seats are the ones that are closest to the table. I'd like you to pick one of these seats if they're available. If you need to use the facilities, there are restrooms down this hallway, and down this hallway there's even a vending machine. You have to bring 2 documents with you to the creditors meeting. One is proof of your identification, which has to be a government-issued picture ID. If it's a driver's license, it has to be current, and the address on your driver's license has to match the address that we put on your bankruptcy petition. If your driver's license is out of date, get it updated before the meeting so that it matches. Otherwise, they won't accept it. You can substitute for a Florida driver's license a U.S. passport. The other document you need to bring is proof of your Social Security number. Most people, of course, use their Social Security card, but you can also use a W-2 from a tax return as proof of your Social Security number. When you think your case is about to be heard, get your driver's license and your Social Security card, or the equivalent. Get those documents out and have them in your hand so that when you get up to the table, you don't have to fish around in your wallet or your purse for it. Nothing drives the trustee crazier than waiting for someone to get those documents out. Have them ready. When your case is called, go up to the table, but don't sit down. If you sit down, they're going to make you stand right back up. Instead, stand behind your chair and wait for the trustee to swear you in. At this point, you should have your driver's license and your Social Security card in your left hand so that you can swear with your right, and as you sit down, you can hand your IDs to the trustee. You'll probably be a little bit nervous because you haven't done this before, but these meetings typically only last about 5 minutes, and clients often get themselves unnecessarily worked up over these meetings. I think that in retrospect, you'll look back and conclude it was a lot easier than you thought it would be.